Hi Matt. As promised, a bit of a post-lesson evaluation from today's session. Hopefully, clarify a few bits. Um, Main problems were your direction, really, Matt. I mean, strike was okay, and we've seen in your dispersion test that most of them are going left with all your clubs, and we've seen that 17 out of the 20 shots that we hit in the dispersion test went left of target. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do, trying to reduce that amount that you hit it left, basically, trying to narrow that dispersion. So what we'll do, Matt, again, like I said today, all I'll do in this video is go through the technical faults, all of them, and then we'll go through what we try to do to fix them, the drills and stuff that help those faults. So first thing is the posture. This is your swing that we started off with. Um, Knees are far too bent, pelvis is pushed forwards, shoulders are slightly bent, head's pushed down, um, hands sit a little bit low because of all this kind of stuff. The toe of the club tended to want to sit a little bit more up in the air. So what we need to try and do with this posture, mate, let's just go to this new one. This one's loads better, look. As you can see, knees are a lot less bent. Bum is pushed back, so you should feel it in your hamstrings a little bit more. Tailbone feels as though it's pushed towards the sky, and from that we get a better head position, the hands sit a bit higher, club's a lot better position there. Just remember, mate, that two-step procedure that we did with this. Stand completely straight first of all, push that bum back first, that's your first movement, feel it in hamstrings, bend the knees slightly and that's your new position. Try and keep that back straight, tailbone pushed to the sky. Second thing we worked on was the grip. You can see here how it's quite sort of strong, left hand turn to the right, right hand turn to the right. So just turn those both over really, try and get that V shape pointing more towards your chest, the left thumb running down the centre of the grip. You did quite well with that. So that's the second thing, mate, the grip. Now let's move sort of more in swing. So the takeaway with your old swing, very disconnected, arms moved without the body turn. Club head was a little bit inside the hands here. We should see them outside the hands slightly. Because the chest hasn't turned with the arms, the chest will eventually catch up. Arms still moving, which gives us this big overswing, and then the club gets across the line. Remember, mate, that the butt end of the club needs to be pointing sort of with these two red lines. And they need to be a lot closer to these red lines, so you've got that big overswing, lost all your connection as well, which is a big problem. Then because of these faults, what we see on the downswing, again, body starts to turn without the hands, so the hands and club are miles behind your body now. Also, the fact that the hands and the club head are massively over the top of these two red lines. Remember, we want the hands and the club to be closer to this red line, really. You continue down that route. Now, because the hands and the club are behind the body, near impact, the body's going to have to stop. The arms are going to take over on their own. You can see the body's now stopped, arms are taking over, weights push forward to help bring the club back between these two red lines, and then we get very armsy, very flicky with the hands, which is why it keeps going left all the way through. Done. Okay, so they're the problems. First of all, posture, then grip, and then the takeaway is disconnected. And then the top of the swing's an overswing because of the disconnection. Then we come a little bit over the top, which causes all kind of problems through impact. So that's what we worked on, mate. There are all the technical sides. Let's talk a little bit how we tried to fix them and look at the new swing here. Okay, so posture obviously a lot better now. We did a takeaway drill where you completely stopped at parallel. As you can see here, now this was one of your worst ones, mate, to be honest. I mean, most of them were spot on. This one that we caught wasn't great. Bit glitchy. Let's get it back. Okay, so as you can see here, even though the chest has moved really nicely and the hands are a little bit more connected, you can still see how the hands are now behind the club head is now behind the hands, whereas what we want to see is the club head more in this position where this circle is. But overall, much better connection. Then from this position, we only want a very slight movement, mate, really small movement just to keep connected. Again, you've gone a bit long again here, but much better than from when we started off. This was with a 5-iron as well, so it's loads better. But a bit long again, and you can see the club's starting to get a little bit across the line, but a lot better from this one. You'll see how. Let's get this all the way back. You can see there how it's a lot better position already, and this is with a 5-iron with a longer club, so you're always going to be inclined to swing it a bit further. So better, but still not perfect. So let's just go on the downswing now. As you can see, this transition's a lot better, not as aggressive. The hands stay more behind the body, more connected though. Yeah, the body and arms working a lot better together. Club head stays within the plane, so you can deliver it properly. Now there's going to be no need to compensate, so we turn on quite nicely. It's still not perfect because he's still used to the old one really, but with a lot of practice, mate, that's going to be so much better. You can see how the hands and the club deliver beautifully with a bit of a body turn now. It stops a little bit, but then continues on. So very, very good change really, mate, in the short space of time we had. Just remember the 3 sort of things that you need to work on in the swing, no matter what club. Obviously get the grip and the posture, but the 3 steps to it is simply get that takeaway position, stop again. I know it's a little bit of a tedious drill, but it really will help you. Stop completely at this parallel position. Remember, hands should be outside club head should be outside the hands. Our right elbow should be a little bit closer to the body. From there, it's that really small movement that was a little bit long. Glitchy. That one was a little bit long again. It's only meant to be a small movement. And then on the downswing, because you're now connected, I just want you to feel as though the hands and the club head come more behind the body, but you're going to feel really armsy with it. So you're not going to feel like the body's doing much. You're going to feel like the arms are doing all the work, keeping it on plane, and that should allow the body start to turn through impact without you even trying to. I think you quite like the feeling of keeping that right elbow close, which is fine. Just be careful that the hands stay close to the body as well. Yeah, right elbow stays close to the torso, so do the hands. Hands stay close, which will help to keep it on that plane. But there are your things, mate. Just remember that 3-step procedure. Takeaway position, small movement up, and then armsy feeling, keeping it on plane. There are your 3 things. Keep doing that dispersion test, mate. Keep doing that every now and again, just to see if you're making progression. And remember, if you do go on the course, if you don't feel confident with a new swing, don't try and do it, because it would just it'll make you feel bad about the new swing. It won't give you any trust in the new swing. So you've got to feel confident with it before you go on the course, and keep videoing it. That will help as well. But like I say, it's all in the mind with this, mate. If you don't feel confident, don't go on the course with it. Work on the range until it feels normal, until it feels confident, so that on the course there's no technical thought. It's just trying to hit the ball to a target, but with the new swing. And then from there, that's when you start to play a lot better golf. Hope that's helped, mate. I mean, like I said, just give me a call or drop me a text if you do have any problems. And I hope